Hello, everybody. This is Nemo from Middle Age Still Single. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Peace.
Welcome back to the Middle Age Still Single preview of the NFL season. Last week we talked about our AFC picks, and now we are here to go through our NFC picks and let you know who will win the Super Bowl. All right, who we think will win the Super Bowl. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see who the best prognosticator is here at the mass cast here. All right, Mitch, you started off last week. Let's go ahead and start off this week. Let's start off with the NFC East. NFC East. Let's go.
The NFC East, probably the second least exciting division in the NFC. And I'm not shouting out to anybody who loves those teams there. It's just that it hasn't been a great division.
You're about to get personal, man. You see Nas's face, man? You see Nas's face?
I do see his face. I know.
Within 30 seconds, we're already taking some cheap shots here. Go ahead, man.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with each. It has to do with all the teams, not just one. It just hasn't been a strong division in a while, and I think it's going to continue to be the same. So, based on the strength of schedules is the way I chose this week's NFC winners and losers. And that's usually projected from win totals from Vegas odds makers. So in terms of the strength of schedule, I've got the Eagles actually winning the division this year and the Cowboys coming in second. Now, that being said, I think they both end up 10-7 or 11-6. I think they end up with the same record. But the Eagles have the second easiest schedule according to all the odds makers, and the Giants have the 10th easiest. So I think that they're going. I looked at their schedule briefly. I think that they're going to have the same record, but I think the Eagles have a better record within the division. So I've got the Eagles coming in first, or at least tying for first, but having the advantage over division wins. Cowboys. I have Washington Commanders finishing up in third, and the Giants dead last. I don't have Washington or New York in the double-digit wins at all.
Yeah. What about you? What about you on the NFC East, man?
Yeah, I actually don't disagree with Mitch on this one, man. Except for who's going to win the division. I'm going to go with my Cowboys, man. I think Absolutely. the Eagles are like the Cowboys in the sense of you just constantly got to get over stupid humps. Like it's just always something, But it seems like the Cowboys have a more stable situation now, and the Eagles have a lot going on, right? A lot of changes. Having said that, I do think that the Eagles are going to give us a headache this year. I actually do. But I'm still going to take the Cowboys to win the division because I believe in Dak. I believe in our running back. I believe in our defense. Even though we lost some guys, I think there are some guys that are players that just didn't get a chance to get on the field. I think that the defense is going to help us to win some games that we probably would lose if it wasn't for the defense. So that's how I see it in the East.
Okay. I'm gonna say I like the Eagles this year in that division. I think Jalen Hurts is primed to make that next step. I think they've done a good job of surrounding him with talent. AJ Brown coming in, he has a great number one receiver and a kid that's really came, really highly rated out of college, and he could be a number one receiver too. So in fact, they have two number one receivers. According to last year's numbers, they had the best running game in the NFL, and so those are the two things that I think our quarterback's best friends. So I think they're going to win the division, and I think they're going to win it pretty easily. I don't necessarily believe in the Cowboys. I like Dak. I like him personally. I just don't think he has what he needs over there right now. Like the offensive line has just got, one of their best offensive linemen is hurt now. They don't have the offensive line that they used to have. They used to be the strength of the team. Now it's not the strength of the team anymore. I think Zeke is past his prime, unfortunately, at 27, 28. I'm not sure how old he is, but I think he's past his prime. I think CeeDee Lamb is their best receiver, and they don't have much else. Michael Gallup won't be around for the beginning of the season. They lost Cedric Wilson. They just lost quite a bit. So I think they'll come in second, but I don't think it'll be close. And then just I guess it's just pressure of being the Cowboys, man. It's like, you either love the Cowboys or you hate the Cowboys. Like, everybody wants to beat the Cowboys. I don't know why, but like, even if you watch ESPN, like, Cowboys and the Lakers seem to get a ton
all the press
of press and pressure. Part of press is a part of the
every
pressure.
year.
Yeah, every year.
Yeah,
every year.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith does his stupid shit. He puts his cowboy hat on and he running around talking about how he can't stand the Cowboys. I just don't know.
He can't stand the Cowboys, but he's always talking about them. Stop talking about them. If you think they're like that, because you bring them up, people are going to talk about it.
I know. We'll have to get into the whole Stephen A. Smith thing another time. Man. That's a whole nother show here.
Oh, yeah. It's clickbait. He's just trying to get viewers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, he's done well. He's the number one person at ESPN. I seen a stat today that he makes the same as the whole WNBA. Right? Like, their revenue, they make the same as the whole WNBA. I don't know where they got that stat from, but if that's true, that's why they sad. That's sad.
They need to sit, but that means they need to sit down and shut up.
Like I said, that's a whole nother show for equal pay.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot different. That's a lot different than the women's soccer team asking for equal pay because they bring in equal revenue to the guys. Yeah,
right. But they say equal pay for equal. But they never say the equal work part.
No. So anyway, we're gonna have to get it. That's a whole nother segment there. But anyway, so my deceased dad.
So you got the Eagles.
I got the Eagles first, Cowboys second. My father was a lifelong Giants fan, so I have a hard time rooting against him because I know, man, he would love to see the Giants win another Super Bowl. Even him not being here. So I'll pull for third place. Hopefully they get it together. Man, the pain on his face, seriously, when the Giants would suck. My God, seriously. When I saw him on his deathbed, he looked a little more cheerful than I've seen him. When he was
watching the game.
When he was watching those losing games. Yeah, man. But the Giants and the Knicks were his heart. So, all right, and then the Commanders coming up fourth. I think that Carson Wentz is this is Carson Wentz last season in the NFL as a starter. I think this is his last chance. I think he's done. All right, let's go to the toughest. Well, what we usually say is the toughest in the NFC. The NFC West. Mitchell, what do you got, man?
Well, just going back to the East, I just throw out that it'll make you feel a little bit better. The Giants have the easiest schedule in 2022, okay. So maybe they get a couple extra wins that pushes them further than you thought they'd go.
But Dad, there you go.
So when it comes, cheers to you. So when it comes to the NFC West, hands down, there's no question about it. As far as talent and coaching, the Rams will take the division again this year. They have the toughest, second toughest schedule behind the Chiefs this year. Chiefs being in the AFC, so it doesn't really matter. But the Rams will, they'll probably win 12, 13 games. And I read a lot of different stuff on the Niners and the Cardinals. A lot of prognosticators have the Cardinals squeaking in second. Kyler does have a lot more pro experience than Trey Lance, and I really wish that they would since they didn't trade him away, that they would start Garoppolo. Garoppolo's got a 666 winning percentage, and I just don't know how you sit a guy like that down when you've got a brand new guy. Aaron Rodgers sat for almost a solid 2 years. I think that's why he's as good as he is, and I don't think we sit quarterbacks down long enough, and I think Trey needs another year. But they've announced Trey's going to start with the 13th easiest or hardest or easiest schedule. And the Cardinals have the 24th, so that's closer. That's more to the harder side. So I got the Niners coming in second, Cardinals in third, even though I think there might be only a game apart, but I think they'll both have double-digit wins. And the Seahawks, Geno Smith's their quarterback, and I don't know what other offseason trades they made, but I just don't see them getting above 6 wins. And so they'll follow up in last place this year.
Right.
And Pete Carroll's a great coach. But I think he's only great with great talent.
That's every coach, man. Let me tell you. Somebody who coached for 20 years, yeah. Well, you know what makes a great coach?
Yeah.
You know what makes a great coach, Mitch?
The talent.
Great players. Yeah, great players make a great coach.
The talent.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Nas, what do you got, brother? What do you got?
Yeah, man. I hate LA. Not the city, the team.
Yeah.
I just hate that team, man. I just hate everything about them. That's all I'm gonna say about them. I think the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals to. I want to see the Cardinals punch them in the mouth, man. I want to see the Cardinals slam that damn quarterback in the ground, bump his head on the ground real good, shake him up real good, mess him up for the rest of the year. I like the Cardinals, man. I don't believe, even though I don't like LA, I'm not saying this because I don't like them. But I'm saying this because I believe it. I don't think they're going to be what everybody think they're going to be this again. It just never happens, right? But I think that other teams saw what you did and got and tried to find the smart ones when they could try to figure out a way to stop you. And I also think that that coach is so creative that it sometimes screws him up because he tries to do stuff sometimes just run it, or sometimes just pass it. He does all this misdirection and sometimes it just doesn't work, but it works for them. I mean, they got a Super Bowl, so I can't take that from him, but I just hope that people figure it out and destroy that shit. The rest of the teams, of course, I'm going to pick the 49ers to come in third, and the Seahawks, they're just a mess right now, man. I mean, are they even saying that they're rebuilding? Because they haven't said it, but it's pretty much.
No, they haven't.
It's pretty much what it is, right?
Dude, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Who the hell is still on the team? Bobby Wagner?
No, he's gone, man.
Okay, so what?
Yeah,
what
I don't
do they
think
have
that team's even
I
recognizable.
think Pete Carroll, bro. I think that's what they got left, man.
Yeah, but like you said, man, you'll see what these guys do without talent, right? But yeah, so I got LA, the Cardinals, really close to LA, I believe. The 49ers, I think the 49ers are going to be better than what we think they are. And then I think I got the Seahawks bringing up the rear.
Well, the thing that we have unanimous is the Seahawks bringing up the rear for sure. But I think the 49ers get this division, man. I hate to say it, and not to be a homer, but I really like the talent of this team, and I think that the coach understands the weaknesses of his quarterback, and I think he's going to be able to put him in positions where he's not going to really hurt the team. It's really a running team, and they run in all different kind of formations and stuff, really creative. So I think, a lot of what they're going to be able to do is just make the game easy for Trey. And let me tell you why they had to do that, Mitch. So if Jimmy Garoppolo is still on the roster during the season, during the first week, they have to pay him is like $25-26 million, right? And they traded up a ton of draft capital just to get Trey Lance, to move up to get Trey Lance. So it's time. And listen, Jimmy, they feel like they've peaked, man. They peaked with Jimmy. He got him to the Super Bowl, got him to the NFC, but he couldn't get him over the hump. So got to do what you got to do. But I like the 49ers. I like their defense. Hopefully they stay. Hopefully Bosa and the bunch can stay healthy. I like the offensive line. I like Ayuk is looking good right now as a number 2 receiver. Got all of their running backs that got hurt last year are back. So I think the 49ers winning in a tough one. I think the Rams are good, not great. And I think, I think it's natural for people once they get that Super Bowl to not be hungry enough to do it. And then as a Super Bowl champion, just like the Cowboys, they're going to get everybody's best shot every single week. So I think that wears them down a little bit. And there's a lot of talk about Matt Stafford's elbow now. He's got some kind of injury going that they're trying to hold him back from practice. So we'll see how that goes. And I don't even know who their backup quarterback is. So a lot of things have to go right for a team to win the Super Bowl. And I just don't think it's going to happen again for them. Anyway, Cardinals can't stand Kyler Murray. I think he's a pouty kid, to be honest with you. Pouty. He wants to play Call of Duty. He don't want to listen. Let me tell you something, man. They might have apologized for that bullshit. They might have, taken out the clause in his contract that mandates that he study film for 4 hours more a week, while they're monitoring him. But they would only put that in it. They don't put that in Tom Brady's contract. They don't put that in, Patrick Mahomes' contract. But you must have a problem.
Because they're going to work.
Yeah, you must have a problem for them to have to put that in your contract at all. Even though they took it out, it's too late. Like you're a kid who's talented, who's got all the talent in the world. But you don't want to work.
But no work ethic.
Yeah, you listen, you could do that in high school and even in college, but dude, these men are grown. And they're playing for livelihood. They're not playing for, their, like little Sally, the cheerleader. Right. They're playing for, life or death. So I think his weaknesses are really going to start to cost them. And I think his teammates are going to stop following him. You can't lead a team if they don't believe in you. And I think that's going to happen to them. But
right. I agree.
Yeah, even with a full-on mutiny, they're still better than the Seahawks. Geno Smith and Drew Lock.
Yeah.
That's the worst quarterback competition I've ever seen in my life. In my 50-something years of living, that's the worst.
It's funny.
Dude, I think out of the three of us, we have a shot. If we went up there, put on some pads, I think we can get
it. Makes you wonder why Kaepernick never got a shot.
Yeah.
Who how can they say he was that bad when you got guys like this fighting for a job?
Well, listen.
But let me say something.
Go ahead.
Let me say something about the Cardinals real quick. The only reason I picked the Cardinals over the 49ers is because the young quarterback is not proven yet.
No,
that's the only reason. But I agree with everything you just said about the Cardinals quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that little bastard.
Yeah.
But you can't deny his talent.
Oh no, he's talented.
But I do. Talented. But you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of the kid that just got kicked out of Cleveland.
Oh, Baker?
He reminds me not their playing ability,
mm-hmm.
Their attitude.
Yeah.
I think they were like so arrogant. Like both of those guys, just so arrogant.
Yeah.
They both came out high as quarterbacks.
Number one from Oklahoma, both of them, both Heisman Trophy winners.
Yeah. And so they came out of there. Coming out of Oklahoma, they treat them like gods down there, man.
Oh, yeah.
So they come to the league thinking that they're going to get treated the same way. And they're like what Baker did to the coach, I thought was ridiculous. Some people applauded it, but I thought it was ridiculous. It was disrespectful what he did. And now he's on the outs pretty much. But I think this kid has similarities with that. I hope that's not going to be something that continues for him, but it seems like it.
Well, you see where Baker's at now, right? Baker has to take less to go play on a shitty ass team.
Jaguars.
Panthers.
Oh, Panthers. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so,
Big Cat.
Yeah. And so, he's going to be running around, he's going to get smashed this year. We'll see. All right.
Yeah.
Mitch, you're up for the NFC North. What you got, man?
Well, just about everybody online has the Packers winning. They all say Aaron can do anything. He's magic. And like we were saying with coaches earlier, the talent makes a great coach. He's always been surrounded by talent, but with the loss of Devontae Adams, and I think there was another offensive guy that left. He's just, he's not surrounded by the talent he's used to. And is he still magic? Yeah, I think he'll win games that he'll do some comebacks and he'll win a few games in the fourth quarter. I just don't know, that they are the powerhouse of that division anymore. I think the Vikings have made enough off-season trades this year with an equal strength of schedule. Packers are the 15th easiest, and Vikings are the 16th. I've got the Packers winning the division and the Vikings coming in second, but I think that's strictly. I think they end up with the same record. The only difference will be one of them will lose a heartbreaking game like to the Lions or the Bears, a division game, which typically should be wipeouts. I don't think the Lions and Bears have a chance, but they always play division well. So I've got the Lions coming in third. Jared Goff, I think he's got enough talent to keep him out of the cellar, but not enough talent to even challenge the Vikings. I don't think Jared gets them to a double-digit wins. And Justin Fields is unproven as the Bears put him at the start. They've got the fourth easiest schedule, but that's not going to do them any good in their own division. So they're going to be at best, 2-4 in their own division, right?
Yeah.
2-4-6, yeah. So yeah, Packers, Vikings, Lions, Bears.
What you got?
I have the exact same order as Mitch. I don't know what to think about the Packers, man. Like, it is hard to bet against, Aaron Rodgers, man. I mean, it's just without knowing what he has with those guys. Clearly, you don't replace Devontae Adams with young guys. Like, you just don't get that kind of production. And I mean, he knew how to get open. I mean, he was going to go get the ball if Aaron put it up there, right?
Yeah.
We don't know if these other guys are able to do that. I mean, there's not that many freaks of nature, and he's one of them, right? So I don't know what he's going to be like without that, but I just can't bet against Aaron Rodgers, man, until I see it happen, because there was a couple of years ago when they weren't good, and they won 11 games. Like, everybody kept saying they weren't that good.
Yeah.
And we went up there and they drugged
He knows how
us.
to win close games. Yeah,
Right.
I hear what you're saying.
In the regular season.
Yeah, so it's just in the regular season,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Yeah, he's not that good in
Yeah.
the playoffs, but yeah, I got the Vikings next. The Vikings are always scary to me, man. They win some silly games sometimes, man. Like games that, they just, how did you win that? The Lions and the Bears, like I don't know why, but I like Jared Goff, man. I don't know. I just like him. I don't think he's as terrible as they say he is, man. I just think that sometimes you just don't end up on the right teams, man. You don't end up with people that believe in you, And then he goes to a team where the coach believes in him, but he doesn't have anything around him. Like, he doesn't have a team, He played his behind off last year, man. Like he was doing every single thing you could ask for a quarterback to do, man. And they finally, and the first game they won was because of him. They should have lost that game, but he won it, The Bears, I have no idea what to say about the Bears. I just don't know what they're going to be, I mean, I hear what the pundits are saying, but it's another team that I just they just seem like they just can't get stability. And when you don't have stability, man, it's very difficult to say how your season is going to go, And so that's it, man. I just think the Packers are just got Aaron Rodgers, and I just think Aaron Rodgers is enough to beat the rest of the teams in that division.
Yeah, I think we're all unanimous on the whole division there, because I got Packers, Vikings, Lions, and Bears. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really bet against Ron like that, man. I think he is
Ron.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite skits of all time, man. Shout out to
all time.
Key and Peele, unbelievable. Anyway, so the Packers, even though they don't have great wide receivers right now, they put their defense is looking really good. Both their running backs are healthy. I just think it's going to be a different team. I think they're going to be fine. I think as he gets a little older, they're going to take a little bit more pressure off of Aaron Rodgers. So I think he's going to be fine. I really would love to see the Vikings do something this year, but I don't know, man. Kirk Cousins, man, it's like, dude, like he is vanilla. He is like the run of the like mediocre. He's like the epitome of mediocre, even though he has good numbers, but just never seems like his teams win enough to even make it to the playoffs. I think they got some.
He's not a winner.
I think they got some nice weapons over there, man. I think Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook. I think those guys are studs. They had a couple other pickups. I mean, they got a new coach, so maybe we'll see if the coach likes the fire over there. Hey man, have you guys seen Hard Knocks at all on HBO? Have you guys had a chance to take a look at that at all this year?
No.
So Hard Knocks has got the Lions on there, right? Their coach is he's really charismatic, man. He's really going to bring something different to Detroit. You know, I would even I forget the guy's name, but Campbell. I want to say it's something Campbell, right? So I would even like to see them jump ahead of Vikings. I don't think they will actually do it this year, but I think the Lions will be close to 500. I don't think they'll get any further than that. And the Bears
he's got the right attitude, man.
Yeah.
He brought a dog attitude there,
Yeah.
but he's also still human. You know, he was crying and stuff, but he's still a masculine coach.
Yeah, he's good. Hard Knocks will either make you or break you. You know, either they will shine the light and show what kind of asshole you are, or they'll make you famous. You know, and I think this guy is going to get a lot out of this, and I think the team is going to get a lot out of this. It's going to gain a lot of fans. I think a lot of people will be rooting for Detroit this year that don't usually root for Detroit. Let me tell you something. I watched the Bears preseason game, man. Like the first part of it when Justin Fields was in there. Their offensive line is still garbage. I don't think they get even close to 5 wins. Justin Fields is in trouble, man. I think they're going to be talking about.
Sorry for him, man.
I think they're going to be talking about him like some of these other guys, like Sam Darnold and Josh Rosen and all those guys that came out in that draft that aren't doing shit this year. So he better have a spectacular year on his own. Otherwise, they're going to start talking about. We're going to start hearing the bus talk about him. All right, so Packers.
It's hard to be effective when you're on your back
all the time,
or when you're just running constantly. Yeah. Alex Smith was the most sacked quarterback his first 4 years in the league. I mean, that throws off timing. It throws off confidence. Same thing's going to happen to Justin if they don't start protecting him.
He's going to get hurt, man, and that's it.
I think he's going to get hurt, right?
Yeah.
Because he'll run.
Man,
he's not going to just fall. And that's going to, if he's always trying to escape the pocket, he's probably going to get hurt. I don't want that to happen, but if you're running for your life like he was last year, it's bound to happen.
All right, let's go to the NFC South. Here we go. Mitchell, what you got, brother?
Well, this is to me and to just about every person online, it's pretty open and closed. The Bucks win the division again with Tom. They've got the 7th easiest schedule this year, which is a huge advantage with all the weapons they have. So here's the thing that I'm gonna call out. I think the Bucks are the only ones with a double-digit win. I think they win at least 13. I don't think the Saints, Panthers, or Falcons even get to 10 wins. And if any team gets to 10 wins, it'll be the Saints. Again, for the strength of schedule reason. So I've got the Saints coming in second, Panthers and Falcons rounding that out third and the fourth. I was really shocked to find out. I hadn't heard this name in a while, but Marcus Mariota is the starting quarterback for the Falcons. Mm-hmm. Yep. And they have the 23rd, easiest. So they have the 8th hardest schedule. 23rd, easiest of 32. So yeah, turn that around. It's 9. It's the 9th hardest schedule. And I just don't see Marcus having nearly the talent, the wherewithal to be able to pull them above the Panthers. Not even close. Even though whatever Baker brings to the Panthers, they end up in third, and I don't think Marcus gets out of the cellar. They might win 4 games this year. They're going to be the Houston Texans of the NFC, in my opinion.
Wow. I got Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Buccaneers.
Falcons first?
Call me crazy.
Falcons
yeah,
first?
Man.
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
I think Mariota.
With Marcus
I think Mariota is the new. I think Mariota is the new Aaron Rodgers.
Really?
Let me wake up, dog.
Okay.
I'm asleep.
You just read him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was asleep. I was nodding off, man.
Who you got, bro?
Hell no. I got the Buccaneers, and we don't even need to talk about those other teams, man. I mean, it's almost, I don't like to use the word fair, but it's almost unfair that they have to play the Buccaneers. Because it's like going in, you already kind of know what the end result is going to be. I mean, somebody might have a really good day, but any quarterback, Jameis Winston is probably the only quarterback in that division that could give Tom Brady, let me not say it that way, that could play well enough for them to might have a chance with the team that because of the team, right? Now, you're looking at Mariota, and I don't even know. I mean, you guys just said Baker's with the Panthers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm putting them in last. Man. So I got Buccaneers, Saints, Falcons, Panthers.
Okay.
I'm not as confident as you guys about these Bucks. I think this is the year where Tom falls off the cliff, where he's like one game he's good. Next thing you know, he can't throw more than 5 yards, man. Like Peyton did, man. You know.
Don't do it.
So,
Rob, just looking at the 4 teams, they're 6-0.
mm-hmm.
I mean, just right there, they're 6-0 against the Saints, Panthers, and Falcons.
Yeah, I know. But Peyton Manning is well. First of all, hang on a second. Now, Tom is like 0-4 against the Saints since he's been there. So I wouldn't give him 6-0 quite yet. All right, but
that was against Sean Payton.
Yeah,
that was against Sean Payton when he was coaching, right?
Dude, I think I watched Peyton Manning not be able to throw the ball from the middle of the field to the sideline, and dude, I just got to think that it's going to happen soon. I still picked them to come in first, but I think the Saints are going to be better than people think. I think they're going to challenge. I think they'll challenge for 10 wins this year. I gotta say, this is James's last chance, man. If he doesn't do it this year, he's got to be out of the league soon, man. He's gonna be out like Cam Newton. I think
last year it wasn't his fault.
Yeah. No, he got hurt.
He was playing well.
Yeah, he was playing.
He was playing well.
Michael Thomas is back.
But I do agree.
Michael Thomas is back. Alvin Kamara, if he doesn't get arrested, he doesn't get a suspension, he'll be in there. He got into some kind of brawl. He got into some brawl in Vegas and hurt somebody, man. Something crazy like that. Actually, I think the Falcons will be slightly better than the Panthers. Mariota, this is his last chance too to make any kind of money, to get a contract. I think he's going to do good. They got a great rookie, and what they're saying is the best tight end in the league, man. This year, they're predicting that kid Pitts to be the best tight end in the league. So we shall see.
That's some bold talk.
But I got Bucks, Saints, Falcons, and Panthers. All right. So now it's time for the wild cards. Mitch, who's the wild card team, man? And who goes to the Super Bowl from the NFC?
I think your Niners are one of the I've got the Packers, Bucks, Eagles, and Rams, right? So we're talking about the wild cards.
Mm-hmm. 3 wild cards.
I've got the Niners going. I've got what did I have? I didn't write it down. I'm trying to remember what I was reading about. I've got the Niners, the Cowboys, and Vikings going. And then I believe that the Rams will go again, be a repeat visitor to the Super Bowl, which hasn't happened in a while.
Well, Kansas City went a couple times.
I didn't even research that.
Kansas City went a couple times.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot to look that up. I meant to, and I got sidetracked. So, yeah, I think the Rams go back.
And who's your AFC? Who's your AFC team, Mitch? We did last week.
I've got him up against Cincinnati.
We're in Cincinnati again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for the same reason. I think since he goes again, okay. I think it'll be a little unprecedented, but it'll be. I think that this is the year for it to happen.
Okay. Who holds up the Lombardi Trophy, man, at the end of everything?
Oh, I'd like to see Cincinnati hold it up over the Rams.
Cincinnati, okay. All right. So Mitch with Cincinnati over the Rams.
Joe Burrow's impressed me.
Okay. All right, brother. Nas, what you got, man?
Yeah, man. Wild cards. With the West, I think it'll be the 49ers. I'm kind of thinking, after our conversation about Kyler, that they might not play as well. But anyway, I'm gonna go with what my mind is telling me, which is the 49ers is the wild card. The Cowboys out of the East is a wild card. Mm-hmm. And I think that man, it's hard to disagree with Mitch, man. I think the Vikings, and I think that for me, the team that's going to the Super Bowl from the NFC is going to be the Buccaneers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And you had Buffalo last week as your AFC champion. And what do you got? Who wins that game, Tampa or Buffalo?
I think Buffalo wins it. I think they are. Yeah, I don't want to say that. I think they win it.
Okay. All right. So I got the Eagles, the 49ers, the Bucks, and the Packers as division champs. I got the Cowboys, the Rams, and the Vikings as the 3 wild cards. I think it's tough, but I think somehow the 49ers squeeze out of the NFC, man. I hate to do it. I mean, every one of these teams have some serious blaring weaknesses. I just.
It's probably going to be a team we're not thinking about, man, like the 49ers.
Yeah, so,
I mean, I came into the day really loving the 49ers, but I just can't get past the young quarterback.
No, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, that's what held me up.
So right now, I got 49ers going to the Super Bowl, and last week I had the Ravens as my AFC team.
Ooh, a rematch.
Yeah, the rematch of the Harbaugh Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm gonna have to ride the 49ers all the way through, man. I think they got a good coach. So I'm gonna go with the 49ers over the Ravens. All right. That is it, gentlemen. Listen, starting week 1, we're gonna do a pick'em series where each week we pick 5 games against the spread. We will compete against each other. Listen, we're not telling you who to bet. We're just telling you who we would bet. So check us out. We have a season-long competition with the winner getting the chance to choose our next vacation. Everybody knows that there's one thing that we like to do besides NFL, besides hanging out with beautiful women, it's travel. So it's very important.
And hang out with beautiful women.
And we travel just to hang out with beautiful women. All right. Anyway, we will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Peace.
Good night.
All right.